This is breaking news from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And that breaking news is in Western New York, where at least 10 people have been killed at a grocery store in Buffalo.
Witnesses say a man armed with a rifle entered that market and opened fire. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. The situation in Buffalo is still very fluid. New updates coming in by the minute. Eyewitness News reporter Naveen Dhaliwal joins us from the newsroom with the breaking details. Naveen?
Yeah, Sandra, Joe, the situation is getting worse with every update, but we can report this is no longer an active shooting with a suspect in custody at this time. Shots rang out around 2:30 this afternoon at a Tops supermarket. A witness told a reporter at our sister station in Buffalo that they heard dozens of shots. Buffalo police confirm several people were hit, and there are reports that at least 10 people have been killed. Of course, this situation is very highly fluid and the circumstances could change. Now, Governor Hochul tweeting that she is monitoring the situation and urging everyone to stay away from the scene. People have gathered around the store waiting for word on what is happening inside and if they know anybody who has been killed. The shooting leaving many of them in shock.
It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's hard to even muster. It's unbelievable. I'm lost of words. So we do come together for one another in a time of grieving. Yes, we're pretty good. Everyone's pretty good and respectful of one another. But this right here, this is a cry out. It's just hard to explain.
A cry out for help.
Definitely, most definitely.
Again, a very fluid situation, and the details are pouring into our newsroom. Now, not much yet on the shooter, but again, he is in custody. I'll have another update coming up on Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock.
Overnight back here at home, at least 3 people shot just outside the stadium in Milwaukee toward the end of the Bucks and Celtics game. And in Philadelphia, surveillance video capturing a separate brazen shooting in the middle of the day there. This all comes as President Biden makes a new pledge to fight violent crime. ABC's Alex Brachet joins us with more this morning. Good morning to you, Alex.
Good morning, Janae. That shooting in Milwaukee, terrifying for so many because not only were there NBA fans gathered inside the arena, but the Bucks had thousands gathered outside, taking in the playoff atmosphere, sent running for cover. It's one of the latest incidents of violence happening around the country. A shooting near the Milwaukee Bucks arena near the end of a basketball game, injuring 3 fans running for cover. And in Philadelphia, a brazen daytime shooting. 2 men hopping out of a car, one armed with an AK-47 style gun, police saying the other firing from a handgun with an apparent extended magazine clip, targeting and killing 31-year-old Brandon Dixon. The suspects still on the loose.
He didn't deserve this. My son didn't deserve to die like this.
Violence like this propelling the Biden administration into action. President Biden, flanked by mayors and police chiefs from around the country, said a $10 billion commitment to police and public safety will help stop violent crime. The money, part of the American Rescue Plan. It includes $450 million for things like new police cars, radio systems, body cameras, and gunshot detection systems.
Spend this money now that you have. Use these funds we've made available to you to prioritize public safety.
Across the country, there have been nearly 7,000 gun-related deaths already this year, at least 197 mass shootings.
The answer is not to defund the police. The answer is to fund the police with the resources and training they need to protect our communities.
Local leaders insisting this will save lives.
It's enabled us to do a number of different things. Number one, put officers in high areas of crime, put officers around our city where we are looking at statistically gun violence being higher in those areas than in other areas in our city.
That shooting at a Philadelphia area gas station, the suspects still on the loose. Police now hoping that a $20,000 reward will help.
What up, YouTube? It's been a while. Just checking back in with y'all. There's a lot going on in the world today. It's a lot I'm going to speak on. A lot of these events, it's showing you that people fed up. Some people think they staged to pass laws, but some of this stuff is real. I think that there's really going to be a war within the country, and people are really going to get sick and tired of being poor, because now even the higher ups, it ain't just the middle class that's struggling, y'all. It's some people at the top struggling as well, depending on who you with. Secret societies out here. It ain't no secret. I want to get into that, but I don't want to get off topic. But, we got the Beta, Sigma Boule. We have Skull and Bones. We have the Illuminati. Rothschild, Charles. List goes on. Anyway, we had a mass shooting today in Milwaukee. 30-something people got shot, killed, if I'm not mistaken. And then we had another shooting today in Buffalo. And then we had more shooting throughout the country. This is out of control. But the world is sending a message that we're fed up as citizens. We're tired of not having nothing. We're tired of going to work every day, working 2 or 3 jobs just to come home with nothing. We had enough. And it's more of us than there is of them. And until we realize that, we're going to keep going backwards. They want to pit black against white, white against Hispanics, black against this, white against that. We got to get off of that, because you have hate in every culture. You just got to know how to get around it. You fill people out with their energy and your energy. And if it matches, then you got something. If it don't match, you get away from that person. Sometimes you just got to give it time to get to know somebody. Or sometimes they show you right up front that they just don't like you. But the way the world is going today, a person can smile in your face, and sorry about that, my phone is going off. But a person can smile in your face and you like, okay, this person likes me, but behind the scenes they trying to do you in. Like I had family members recently turn on me, but that's just the way the world is today. You can't trust nobody. They turn your own kids against you. They turn your family against you. They turn your job against. They turn everybody against you. That's just the new norm, y'all. Hatred out here. You can't even go nowhere no more. Back then, you could just go. I come from the 80s era, the 90s era. You could go out and have fun, and homicides were. I ain't gonna say it was a norm. I mean, people die every day, but like you could actually you had a problem with somebody, you could step to them, y'all can get a little fist fight, and then y'all shake hands and y'all go play together again. It's not like that no more. So you really, really have to be careful who you deal with. I had to learn to practice what I preach, because I don't let somebody around me and they done some shiesty things. It got me caught up. So hopefully I can reach one and teach one. Be careful who you have in your household. Be careful who you have around your kids. Be careful who you have around yourself. Be careful what you tell people. This stuff matters today. Especially, and I'm not being racist, but in this day of time, you cannot afford to make mistakes if you're black. You can't. Because once you make a mistake when you're black, it's always going to be thrown in your face. Always. Whether it's criminal or whatever the case is. It's just, our race was always looked down on. Always. So, I'm not being racist when I say that. We can just look at history. By that being said, everybody else, every other culture or whatever, can't make mistakes neither. Some have family members that's in high power, so even if they made mistakes, it ain't a mistake. We can get regular jobs like everybody else, except the blacks. There's certain states you got to stay away from everybody. And these are the states I came up with. Everybody else got their own opinion now. But it's a lot of hatred in Pennsylvania. That's the number one state because I dealt with Pennsylvania. Stay away from Pennsylvania, especially if you're black. Stay out of there. New Jersey, New York, get out of there too. Tennessee, Minnesota, all those states down south, get out of there. What else I can say? I want to say Texas, but everybody's running to Texas because it's cheap. But they fail to realize that them laws down there, you have to run away where they got crazy laws, because just because you ain't never been charged with anything don't mean that you can't. All it takes for somebody not to like you, and they pick that phone up and they're like, oh yeah, such as blah, 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 and you sitting up there fighting for your life. It ain't, listen, jail is a business. It's not if you innocent or not, or you're not innocent. It's a business. They put you in jail for life because they think you killed somebody. It ain't for justice. It's so they got a slave behind the wall. They making money off that slave being behind the wall. They got them sit up there making clothes for the inmates, building things. People don't look at that. You know, the government will trick you. Malcolm X exposed them on a lot of things. That's why they got rid of him. That brother was sharp. One of my role models. I listen to him almost every day. He inspired me. He came with it. He's, nobody's perfect. It's just, he had a little run-ins with his own people and they turned on him. And it was like, there was no forgiving. And that's our downfall of our own people. It's like once we have a little ups and downs, we don't know how to forgive each other. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I just think that with all these mass shootings, race debate, something is coming. I can't call it. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know when it's going to happen. And it's another thing I want to ask everybody. And I'm not disrespecting religion. I'm not disrespecting anything. I just want to ask everybody this. What happened to Ebola? What happened to MRSA? What happened to AIDS? What happened to HIV? What happened to breast cancer? Why all we talk about is COVID? Why? Well, should I say the jab? Because I got to be careful what I say in my video or they flag me. Why? Can anybody explain that to me? It's because they created a system to control us. They about to have something that's called, for what I hear, I was watching a couple videos, something called, they got smartphones already, but they're going to have smart cars, they're going to have smart cities, and they can just push a button and they can control everything. They can just shut everything down. Now, another thing is you can not just see the change, but you can feel the change. I'll give you an example. You know how like you come around a certain crowd and out of the blue, everybody just like, oh my God, I can't stand her. She blah, blah, blah. But she was just up in somebody else's face. You thought they were cool. Or you talk to a guy, man, we're going to get him. You know what I'm saying? We're going to rob him, blah, blah, blah. And all the time, he was just all up in his face, shaking his hand. You see that everywhere. You stay away from people like that. They two-faced. They talk about other people. They talk about you. We getting too smart out here, y'all, to be falling for the same stuff. The same problems. We up sitting up here going in a cycle of problems. Also, your family members be the main ones doing it because they know how to hurt you the most. Then they team up with your enemy behind the scenes just to take you down. You got to watch that. This video was basically today was to talk about the problems of the world. Number one, I'm going to just say family. I had to put family in there because your family can hurt you the most. Number two, definitely the government. Some people may say government number one because the government could trick us all into going against each other. But I'm going to say family because you're around them more than you're around the government. The government and the other one, you can blame yourself. You put yourself at number three because you have the power to fight back against both your family and the government. You can do it. We can do it together. What I mean by we, I ain't just talking about blacks, y'all. I'm talking about everybody, you know. It's just going to be hard to bring everybody together when everybody has a a hidden message that's telling us to go against each other. It's going to be hard to do that. They got this whole thing set up where we all don't like each other. Is there any coming back from this? Scary for me to say. I don't know. We are losing a lot of people, whether y'all look at it like it or not. We're dying out. Our humans are dying out. Nobody's doing nothing about it. It's getting scarier because nobody's doing nothing. If you have children, please take my advice. Talk to them much as you can. Keep them away from certain family members that don't like you because they're going to try to turn your kids against you. You gotta be careful. So, sorry about that, y'all. My phone acting up. Hold on. But yeah, you just gotta be careful, y'all. Just have to be careful. Because your enemy will not sleep without hurting you. Your enemy could be anybody. It could be family, it could be government. But I'm about ready to get up out of here. I don't want to keep y'all. This video wasn't supposed to be this long, but I dragged it out a little bit. There's no such thing as American dream, everybody. Let's just admit it. We're here temporarily. We're going just like that. Blink of an eye. We can die in 5 minutes. We can die tomorrow. You know, tomorrow's not promised. And it's sad that they sit up there and promise you a dream that we would never have. That's to keep you a working slave. Trick you. All these rappers, entertainers on Hollywood, they ain't happy. Behind the scenes, they tell you how they suffering mentally. Some of them be touched sexually when they're young at a certain age. You know, you would be so surprised what goes on behind the scenes with celebrities. It's not what it all cracked up to be. And all that money you claim that they got, it don't all belong to them. Because God forbid they die today or tomorrow, half of that money goes back to the government. Not even your family member can just claim your fame like that. What does that tell you? Nothing here belongs to you. Everything here you rent. Your own body don't even belong to you here. It belongs to them. That's why they give you a social security number. Like a barcode, they can scan you whenever they want to. They can control you, manipulate you. That number is to track you at all given time. Like I give you an example. If you know why they make you get a barber's license? It ain't because they think it shows that you can cut. It's so you can pay taxes. That's why. Same thing with auto mechanic. But anyway, guys, my phone, sorry I keep twisting it back and forth. It's let me know it's about to die. So that being said, like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't let these haters control your emotions. Just go off logic. Don't argue with them. Don't fight with them. Just let them know that you kill them with kindness. Say, all right, you ain't no punk because you do that. Let them talk, because once they bait you into doing something crazy, you in jail. You got to spend all this money to get attorneys. You got to spend all this money to prove that you're not guilty. It's nothing. It was just a waste of time. That's how the government got it set up, y'all. Don't keep falling for his traps. And that's why they keep coming with all these laws, because they see everybody getting smart not to put themselves in jail. Jail is a business, y'all. Jail is a business. Just touched on that. We get more into these debates. Once I get my followers up, we'll start going live and everything. I apologize, I ain't really been around to put videos up, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it on. You know, I can touch base on my situation because I'm going through something right now. That's why I haven't really been in front of this camera, because I really haven't been going nowhere like I supposed to. But once I get right back on the road, y'all, I promise y'all we're gonna have more content. All right, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll holler at y'all later. 1.